Hello everyone, and now welcome to game number 2 taking place here on Turtle Rock. We have Th000 spawning as the red human player at what I'll call the 9 o'clock position. Meanwhile, 120 has spawned here at what I'll call the 5 o'clock position as the blue Undead. Undead versus human on Turtle Rock, a map that you guys all know and love as we do get things underway. If you guys have not seen game number 1, I do highly recommend it. An extremely close, grueling battle until the very last moments of the game. Don't really know who's gonna win. Once again, thank you for the WarCraft 3 Reddit for making this particular replay pack, and I hope you guys are enjoying the cast. For those of you guys wondering, well, the last video I uploaded was about 4.6 gigs. It was a video in 60 frames a second at the 1080p resolution, hence the reason why it is absolutely so large and high quality. Hopefully there are no distortion issues as things are getting underway. Skeletal minions now putting pressure here. Militia now coming across as the Death Knight ends up getting surrounded. Alright, not a good spot to be in. It looks like he will be able to break through. And what is his follow-up play going to be? The Archmage sitting at level 1, the Death Knight sitting at level 1 as well. And this is all fairly close. Is he going to get the last bit of experience again? Yes, he will. Death Knight actually, even on experience, it looks as though, yeah, even on experience, compared to the Archmage, after the Archmage cleared out his own orange creep camp. Anytime you're able to steal your experience from your opponent, that means that you have better positioning later on. Since you don't have to venture forth as much, well, you did end up giving a little bit of experience back right there, as the skeletal minions do get taken down by those sea turtle hatchlings. Death Knight's probably still sitting at 105, or should still be sitting at 105. As we should be looking at a change into, not 100% sure what was happening there. One Acolyte was taken out, ghouls brought on over as we are now going into Crypt Fiends. Hence the lack of ghouls early on. There are more Crypt Fiends. Militia may be called over. No, they are not. No militia being called over at all, as the Archmage drops a water elemental, and it looks as though they're going to try to clear out a creep camp without the help of militia, and this is extremely... Nope. Alright. There you go. Militia now finally on their way over. The Archmage trying to push back the Death Knight as far as possible to buy more time, but the time life on that water elemental is going to be at least at half already. Militia quickly running on inside here. Footmen do have defend as the Death Knight taking a large bit of damage. Is the Death Knight going to be able to steal that last bit of experience again? That is going to be the million-dollar question that determines the pacing of this game. Death Knight now down to 145, 122 hit points, and still taking a lot of damage. Takes the experience, though. Had, I believe, a couple of units, maybe even a Crypt Fiend, try to deal a little bit of a blow there, as you now see Rune Bracers picked up by the Archmage. That Archmage should be at level 3. Instead, the Death Knight is at level 2. A little bit of a victory there for 120, even though the Death Knight does come home, well, just absolutely beaten up. What is the follow-up play going to be? Let's take a look at this. A second Necropolis? I know there's a reason why you would build a second Necropolis. I think it has to do with the amount of wood you need to spend. A Necropolis versus a Ziggurat, I believe. It also allows you to train up Acolytes, obviously, if your opponent does try to pressure you at this time. Other than that, it is a bit confusing. Wondering why exactly 120 opted to go for a second Necropolis where the Black Citadel is already being upgraded now. Archmage going to be running around the corner here, and the Death Knight still needs to perhaps figure out what to do in the long run. Alright, that second Necropolis. Ghouls now going to be forced to try and retreat once more, head back home. Yeah, there is only 2 Ziggurats in play right now. That is a bit of a head scratcher, as we are now looking at the Death Knight and the Archmage going at a bit of a battle. All right, Frost Nova coming in, slowing down the Archmage enough, forcing Staff of Teleportation. Water Elemental now taking serious damage as the Archmage is now down to, the Death Knight down to 95 hit points. The Rune Bracers on the Archmage perhaps saving and mitigating a lot of damage right there as a Potion of Healing was used just in time. Death Knight units continuing to fight around here. Death Knight now wandering back again. Death Coil saving the Crypt Fiend. As we are now looking at the Lich continuing this fight again. All right, a little bit of damage being added bit by bit. That one footman down to, well, death as the skeletal minion does find its mark. Meanwhile, Crypt Fiend's trying to battle it up once more as the Crypt Fiend down to 103 hit points. Will the Death Knight have a Death Coil in time? It looks like it is not going to even need it at this stage as the Crypt Fiend is safely back at home, at least for now. Water Elemental going to be taking a little bit of damage. No real worry there. Its timed life is going to be pretty much up, getting in that damage. A new Water Elemental, not going to be the same case as we are getting into that Slaughterhouse. Crypt Fiend's trying to get some damage onto that Water Elemental there. Water Elemental now looking to back off. Let's take a look. Skeletal minions getting absolutely destroyed as we see a whole bunch of towers now being constructed with level 1 masonry upgrade. Expansion is up as well. So setting up the early expansion, getting that early economic advantage. Now all 120 can do is make his opponent pay for trying to expand oh so much and oh so quickly. Crypt Fiend's getting some damage onto the water or onto the Archmage there. Low hit point. Crypt Fiend able to back off in time, heal back up once more. Frost Nova goes down on the tightly packed group of footmen, and that all of a sudden changes things up. Death Knight may be forced to use another Death Coil here in just a moment, or at least try and focus some of these units down. Archmage is in position. Let's see a little bit of damage coming across. Death Knight now seeing that level 3, and the Archmage realizes I cannot stick around in this fight. Death Coil, oh my goodness, down to 4 hit points, and it finally gets taken out. A long distance Crypt Fiend shot there. Water Elemental down to 250 hit points. It could get taken out. A little bit of extra experience once more. 1 or 2 more shots should do it, but, well, it gets eaten up by a gargantuan sea turtle. Let's take a look. We are at Keep. We are not training up a secondary hero as of yet. And what is that follow-up play going to be? You can see that there are a fair number of footmen out and about. No sign of any spell breakers either, as the Lich going after this 7/4/4 creep camp. Death Knight sitting at 3. Lich will be getting to level 2 here in just a moment, as both sides now clearing out these gargantuan sea turtle creep camps. Gargantuan sea turtles do drop powerful consumable items such as Potion of Greater Healing, Potion of Invulnerability, and Potion of Greater Mana. All 3 very powerful there. Meanwhile, the Lich is the one with the Potion of Invulnerability, as the Lich is inching its way to level 3. Death Knight now shows up. Is it going to be able to steal this gargantuan sea turtle again? That is the million-dollar question. Is it going to be able to steal it there? And Frost Nova, I believe the Lich did end up getting it and also slowed down the remaining units. Low hit point Crypt Fiend gets low hit point Footman gets taken down by those Crypt Fiends, as the Footmen are now retreating back. State of the game. This is not looking good for Th000. Th000 is in a bit of trouble. He is starting to give experience to his opponent like he did in game number 1. He does have that economic advantage that we saw, that we see right now, but he doesn't have his secondary hero yet. It looks as though it is going to be a Mountain King on that secondary hero, as we now see a Panda coming in from 120. So Panda is the 3rd hero from 120, and Breath of Fire is going to really blow apart not only the Footmen, but more importantly, the eventual transition into flying machines. Once those flying machines are all blown apart, the destroyers that we saw become so effective in game number 1 are going to be even more effective and effective longer in game number 2. If the Panda himself can also perhaps get a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability, it can go ahead and Breath of Fire those towers down that are so tightly packed together, and then have the follow-up of those destroyers. Archmage comes across all of this right now. He does not like what he sees. He knows he needs to get away. Panda is now sitting at level 2. And will this Undead army perhaps hit the top right corner here? Level 3 on the Lich? Yes, level 3 on the Lich. Death Knight is sitting at level 3, about the same experience as that Lich right now, as the Panda sitting at level 2. Mountain King off over here. Are they going to accidentally cross each other's paths? No, they are not. A full-on engagement. Panda going to go inside here. There's that Breath of Fire. Only a level 2. Level 2 Panda, level 1 Breath of Fire, so it's not going to be able to do all that much, as the Panda may try to get another Breath of Fire in here in just a moment. All right, let's take a look at where all these units are going. Another Breath of Fire is going to be going down. There's the Frost Nova. There's the Breath of Fire again. Peasants are in serious trouble. Tower after tower is getting destroyed, and the flying machines are not going to be that effective. Panda still having plenty of mana. Meanwhile, Footman and the Archmage knows I cannot try and engage there. All I can really do is hope to hit 120 while I have the Dragonhawk Rider providing cover. All right, both of these getting clouded out right now. Let's take a look at this. Death Knight should be using a Scroll of Town Portal momentarily. The Obsidian statues need to get into position, make this expansion non-existent, and then back out. Let's see, peasant after peasant now getting taken down as we see the Scroll of Town Portal go across. Are these Obsidian statues too far away? I believe, oh, wow. Just within the range right there, as the Haunted Gold Mine is going to be safe at least for a little while longer. All right, Dragonhawk Rider trying to get away, taking a lot of damage there. Death Coil down to 103 hit points. Will the Destroyer be able to catch up to it in time? I do not believe so, as the Archmage now looks to clear out a red creep camp, get a bit more experience, get perhaps the level 3 on that Mountain King for that level 2 Stormbolt.
A player's forces are under attack.
Needs to repopulate this gold mine. Not quite sure why that hasn't happened yet. Ogre Lord now getting taken out. There it goes. Mountain King still sitting at level 2. Has Brilliance Aura. That's brilliant. As the Archmage, well, Archmage and the Mountain King, both of them, that was probably the least useful item out of all of the powerful items in that game from that Overlord. Available to him right now. Still no priest, still no way to heal, as we are looking at a castle, and perhaps we will be getting a paladin later on. Guard tower will be finished here in just a moment. Obsidian statues are all in position, as that one Obsidian statue perhaps taking a bit too much damage right now. Death Knight. Okay, well, Obsidian statue now going after here. Gonna finally finish off this guard tower. It is level 3 masonry upgrades, hence the difficulty in trying to take that out. Back across here, Destroyers finishes off that tower. And are we going to perhaps see some more damage come across here? We might. All right, Griffins, completely useless against those Destroyers. But the Destroyers are not that strong against those Dragonhawk Riders. Dragonhawk Riders, however, do deal piercing damage, dealing a little bit more. But they do not have the Animal War training as of yet. Paladin stuck on the wrong side of the farm. Guard tower is being forced to destroy its own farm in order to release that paladin. 49 over 48 supply. Expansion is now gone, as it looks like it's turning into a bit of an expansion race instead. No flying machines to deal with perhaps a large number of destroyers is going to be the underlying issue here. The Dragonhawk Riders instead perhaps being a little bit more useful, as the water elementals coming out to perhaps finish things up. All right, there's that Devour Magic. Are we going to see more Devour Magic come across here as the Dragonhawk Riders try to get away? Archmage quickly uses a Scroll of Town Portal trying to get back. Footman getting taken down. Level 4 now on the Death Knight, as the Death Knight looks to regroup. Panda sitting at level 3. Level 2 Breath or Fire is going to really melt things up a bit. Lone Ghoul having a tough job of raising an entire town by himself, as the Destroyers now make their way over here to the Goblin Merchant Shop. By the looks of it, it looks as though it's just a matter of time before 120 is going to put the final nail in the coffin and take game number 2. The expansion is completely moot now. It is not in play. The hero level advantage is starting, or is just going to continue to grow and grow. 4-4-3 right now compared to a 4-3-1. And now we do have a web also onto those units. Now, the Griffins unable to run away. That is a very big deal. But also, more importantly, you can see that these Obsidian statues are not getting pressured at all. By not getting pressured, and these are the weakest units against those Griffins. The Griffins not very strong up against the Crypt Fiends, as the Mountain King unable to finish off that unit there. All right, we are still looking at a strong fight. Panda could come back across, get a Breath of Fire. There goes, I believe, a Dark Ritual. Lich sitting at level 4 can continue this fight again. More and more militia getting taken apart here again, as the supply count now shows 43 over 72 compared to 60 over 70. Second Haunted Gold Mine now coming into play. Primary Haunted Gold Mine still has plenty of mining left, about 4.5 minutes, as the Griffins now chase after a low hit point Ghoul. All right, there it goes. Ghoul quickly taken down there. No levels given, however, as the Paladin is still sitting at level 1. Panda sitting at level 3 will get to level 4 off of this Gargantuan Sea Turtle Creep Camp, and with that, I believe have either 285 or 300 mana, enough for a Potion of Greater Mana to make a bigger difference. Potion of Mana now given to the Death Knight instead, as the Panda, the Panda's not going to be able to use as many Breath of Fires easily. All right, 5 Obsidian statues right now, with 3 Destroyers still in the air. And this is the response to the massive number of Dragonhawk Riders that we are looking at. There is a bit more Devour magic again. Are we going to see more destroying of those units? Yes, we are. Dragonhawk Riders do not have the Animal War Training upgrade, as the Obsidian statues are still back across over here. And, well, they are just slowly regenerating more and more mana. Death Knight going to get to level 5. Panda is already at 4. Lich is staying at 4. Not going to get to 5 anytime soon, as the Archmage with Water Elementals trying to put in a bit of pressure. This is not going to turn into a good situation at all. Staff of Sanctuary followed by a Staff of Teleportation. The Destroyers going after that one Water Elemental, and that Water Elemental does get taken out. Still not giving any additional... Well, nope. No, that Death Knight was already at level 5. Where is the Panda? Panda is right back here, still sitting at level 4. Panda in position, sitting at 200 mana or about 200 mana and climbing. Gonna finish off the remainder of this Gargantuan Sea Turtle Creep Camp. Dragonhawk Riders now turn around, brought into play. Obsidian statue number 1 taken down. Obsidian statue number 2 taken down. And oh wow, is the Obsidian statue is going to be able to stay alive. 2 Obsidian statues quickly taken out there, but now all of a sudden the Griffins have no real use. The Obsidian statues need to be had to have been taken out much earlier, as the Destroyers are now going to town onto those Griffins. However, the Archmage has no easy way of dealing with those Griffin or those Destroyers at all. Water Elementals will just get devoured by the sheer number of Destroyers, as we now see no GG 120 taking game number 2 and the series. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.